Hello, welcome to my channel, Manifesting with Mommamuchca. Hi, my name is Rachel. In this video, I wanted to talk about using Ho'oponopono prayer for helping towards getting your ex back, your Pacific person back. It can also be for other Pacific people because I've used it for my romantic Pacific person. I've used it for my dad to make my relationship with my dad better, and I've used it for my best friend to get back into friendship and get back into texting contact. So, and I am a strong law of assumption person. However, I do like to combine Ho'oponopono prayer along with it because I understand that the basis of law of assumption is with all your beliefs and your assumptions create how other people show up for you. So, with that being said, the Ho'oponopono prayer, it helps you, in my opinion, with me, it's helped me, like, especially when you hear, because it's made up of the four words: I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. Especially like the I'm sorry. So the I'm sorry, it's I take, so what I do is I look at the situation and I look at how I played a part in it, which I did. Like in all of these, I've played a part in all of these with my judgments, with my perceptions, with my beliefs towards this person. And so, and even after, like after my Pacific person broke up with me, I had a lot of resentment. I had a lot of anger towards him, and I knew that even though I was trying to change from the old story to the new story, had a lot of, it's hard to change into that new, in my opinion, it was hard for me to change into that new story with still holding on and attached to the old story with anger and resentment. So with Ho'oponopono, yes, with the I'm sorry, you're saying sorry to yourself for having these judgments and perceptions. Then please forgive me. You're asking forgiveness from yourself. I like to also use it for both. Because I also say please forgive me myself, and I'm kind of asking the other person to forgive me too. So it clears the air, it lets them off the hook. It and then it's I love you, because it's throwing unconditional love into the situation. And then thank you, because like the gratitude is very good, very powerful, very, very powerful. Thank you, saying thank you. So, yeah, so it release. Then with doing all of that, it helps release resistance for manifesting in what you want and repairing that relationship. It really does help. So I love using Ho'oponopono to help me let go of anger, let go of resentment, let go, res- let go of resistance, let go of resentment, let go of shame, guilt. Let's see. What else? Helps, another thing to do also, can be helpful is I've used Ho'oponopono on past relationships and past situations, although I need to work on it more on my ex-husband. I really do. I've not done it as much as I should. I will admit to that. But I've totally done it with the other people that weren't, because I was with some very good people. I dated some good people. It just wasn't a good fit, and it didn't work out for some reason or another. Well, I know the one guy I really liked, and he was very non-committal. But I mean, we always had a good time, and he didn't abuse me, and he didn't treat me nasty. So, it was very. I did the whole Pono just to let go of that whole story of not being committed to and stuff. So, and those judgments towards him, just to let it go. Let's see. Ho'oponopono, I took some notes. I'm just reading. It dissolves the parts in you that created the situation in front of you. You're taking accountability for this coming into your reality too. So, because which we do, we very literally do create our reality. So, this just, I don't know, I really like using Ho'oponopono, me personally, with law of assumption, with my self concept work. And how I do it is, so take my romantic specific person. So I was mad about the breakup. I would say, before I would do my Ho'oponopono meditation or prayer meditation, you can do it a few different ways. And I would send an intent that I just want to clear the situation, get over the situation, clear the situation, and forgive the situation, and like let it go. So I've either went into meditation and listened to, and which I did do a whole Ho'oponopono. I posted it last week. I did a Ho'oponopono affirmation that you can listen to, and I closed my eyes and kind of went into a meditation, just listened to that, and I guess it'd be like a sat, and I'm very visual when I meditate in my imagination, and I imagined my Pacific person there with me, and like sitting across from me, and just like me just giving all this love and forgiveness towards them and thankfulness. Like, you can even do that too, incorporate that into like thankful for them forgiving you, thankful for them being there for you, all of that. And then too, like, I really like the I'm sorry part, because it is, I do feel genuinely 100% bad for what I was unaware at the time that my fears were creating the situation and caused the breakup. So now I'm aware though, and and I've had to say sorry for lots of situations in my life, not realizing I've caused them before I've become aware and am at where I'm at on this journey. So that's another thing that I love doing about, because I mean, they do say in Law of Assumption, I've watched on, a lot of, almost every channel that's heavy into Law of Assumption, they say to have gratitude, and they say to forgive, and they say to let go of resentment. Well, guess what? Ho'oponopono is the easy way to just like do it all. And have the self-love, and like send them love or be in love. So then from there, I feel like it's helped me because, so within, so without. Neville says no one to change but yourself. It helps. I feel like calmer. I feel lighter. I don't feel as mad. And after doing this, oh yeah, so I've done it in meditation. Another thing I've done is I've also just listened to Ho'oponopono for 20 minutes, a half an hour. I don't know if I've ever listened to it for an hour straight. Maybe I have before. There is I found sleep tapes. I think I did it one or two times. I did listen to it overnight. Ho'oponopono. Maybe I have thought about actually doing that again. Just if I could just do it over my whole life, just over everything, just to clear karma. But like while cleaning the house, I've done it. I've listened to it. So that's another way. You don't have to just like lay there and go into meditation and do Ho'oponopono and imagine your person there. You can, or if you're like driving to work, you can listen to it, and so you can like be multitasking, because I do it that way. The biggest thing I feel like is you've got to set an intention going into it that day that you're doing it, an intention of what you're clearing out. And so I will do it like, and I mean, you could probably do it for multiple things. Just like I thought about doing a sleep tape and with the intent of just my whole life. But like I have done it specifically. Like, I am going to dedicate 20 minutes to forgive my father, and then I'll listen to it and just concentrate on my father. Or I'm going to dedicate 20 minutes to my judgments and perceptions towards money and how I've misused it and been bad about it. Or I'm going to use 20 minutes to work on that resentment I have towards my Pacific person and clear the air and all that. And so, because, I mean, and it's powerful. This Ho'oponopono is very powerful. It seriously is very powerful. Dr. Hugh Len cured a whole psych ward just by him looking at their profile. And first he made an intent, and then I think he asked for like divine source, universe, God, to clear his judgments towards this person. And then he did the Ho'oponopono over and over. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Towards that person for having a judgment of them being mentally ill. And after a year and a half, because I read the book. I will link the book that I read, his book. Good book. Ho'oponopono. About it, or that's a book about it. But there's also there's interviews on YouTube. I should look for that and maybe post or link interview with Dr. Hugh Len, because in a year and a half, like all the patients, I think there was 2 that weren't, but all of them were cured but 2. And it's just that, just to me, just shows how powerful this works. And so I'm like, okay. And I've seen it work in my own life, literally. So try it out and see if it helps you or works. I don't know. It makes me calmer. It makes me feel better. It helps. I think it even helps my mental diet. Because once you do, because that was one thing that I struggled with a lot the first several months after my separation, even though I knew law of assumption and even though I was doing SATs, and I did do Ho'oponopono and stuff, I did struggle with the negative thoughts towards my Pacific person, but I kept on it. I kept on Ho'oponopono as I needed it. Another helpful hint too with Ho'oponopono is when you get your Pacific person back, keep doing Ho'oponopono if you need to. I got angry at my Pacific person recently, like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and then we didn't speak for like a week. And I used Ho'oponopono a few times for me getting angry at the situation. So, and it was me. It was all me. It was something that I shouldn't have even been angry at him, but I wasn't being patient. So I was wanting more. And he's, I don't know, baby steps. So we're getting there, and with things are progressing. So I had to use Ho'oponopono to clear. So even, yes, after your Pacific person's back, or your parents are back, your friend is back, or whoever you want to use to clear situation, even probably money. I mean, once you start making money and abundance comes in, if you are starting to get fearful or not feeling worthy of money, or do a stupid spend or do a stupid thing, you can use Ho'oponopono to like clear the air on that money. So I use in my manifestation practices, along with SATs and along with affirmations and stuff, I use Ho'oponopono a lot to clear the situation, to help dissolve the situation, to help, and then to flip me into the abundant state, and to get out of lack, because that's another thing. When you are in anger and you are in resentment and doubts and fears, you're in a lack mode. So this helps you get to be able to shift your frame into a abundance, having it, which then manifests things that you want. So, and your desires, and it helps. I would say too, it even helps you with in my opinion, it helps you to be able to live more in the wish fulfilled. Because if you're not angry and resenting and thinking of that old story all the time and being triggered by that old story, then it's easier to think from the wish fulfilled, or think from the end, and be embodying that, what you do want. That you do want the abundance, you do want the love, you do want that Pacific person, you do want that best friend, you do want your parents, to be nicer to you, all that stuff. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything more else I need to add to. No, I think that's the main takeaways that I can think of. I don't know, maybe I'll do another video about this sometime if I think of more things to add about Ho'oponopono. I love using Ho'oponopono with law of assumption stuff, with manifesting things. So it's helped me a lot. So I hope this video was helpful, kind of explain. Yeah. Oh, and to like back to, you can use it to, if you've got a huge story that your person's avoidant, even if your own specific person if they've got depression, or I've heard people say that their person's got bipolar. Like, you can use it to help clear these judgments, to help heal them. Like it's in, like, my person, kind of has a complaining issue. I've been using it for that to if Dr. Hugh Len can squash and heal these people through the Ho'opono prayer, then hey, you know what? With law of assumption, with revision, and with Ho'oponopono, then I can do the same thing. Absolutely. So, and I've seen progress in my Pacific person change. I'm seeing different versions of him come through. So it is working. Absolutely. And then I've already seen in my father, that's already done. Like, my father's a lot different than what he ever used to be. So, and that was, some people I think have trouble with father issues. I used to when I was younger. I don't anymore. That was easy for me to change the story with my father and forgive him and do Ho'oponopono. For me, it wasn't a huge struggle. I've had more struggle with my Pacific person with a couple stories, old stories, than I did with my father. So, but that everybody's different. Every situation's different. And then, like, my ex-husband, that is still a struggle for me. Not gonna lie. My ex-husband was very highly abusive in all areas: verbal, mentally, physically, sexually. Lots of damage, which I don't feel I'm the victim of my reality. I am absolutely aware of how I partaked into all of that. It's been very hard for me to get rid of that old story, but I will, through my life, I'll keep pecking at it, and I have done Ho'oponopono between me and him. I need to do more, because I know there's still judgments there. There is. So, be safe. That's another thing I would like to say with Ho'oponopono, with that, though, because he was highly abusive. Even though it's been 10 years since we've been divorced, I still keep my distance from him, hands down. So be safe. If you're in situations, especially like physical abuse and stuff, be safe. Please, please, please. Like, this doesn't mean that you need to take care of yourself first. And even though I am will for me do Ho'oponopono to clear the resentment and the anger for me and my spiritual side of all of that, it does not mean that I have to then go, hang out with him as a co-parent. I still keep my boundaries up and keep my distance. Two separate things. Does not mean I have to be friends with him. I can clear my air, but then keep myself safe. So maybe I can create, at some point down the road, it can be more of a friend type situation. But as of right now, I am aware that story's been hard to change, and it's best for me to keep my distance and do my work myself when I'm feeling up to it. So that's me. That's my own personal take on all that. So hope that was useful, explaining all of Ho'oponopono. Try it out with adding it onto your man. I've heard of people just using Ho'oponopono to get people back and repair, people that were getting a divorce and repairing it, reversing it, just repairing relationships, all kinds of things, just using Ho'oponopono alone. It's a very, very, very powerful method too, along with law of assumption. So, hope that's helpful, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.